if we don't have enough going on these days. You got to file a tax return to boot. Thankfully, you have till May 17th, but there's all these last minute things we seem to forget all the time. Lisa Green Lewis, CPA TurboTax expert, is with us right now. Lisa, everyone's scrambling to get their tax return done, and they often forget a bunch of things. So let's just rattle through some of them. And retirement contributions seem to be top of the list.
Yeah, so the IRS, they did push out the deadline to May 17th to make your IRA contribution. So don't forget, you still have the opportunity to do that and make an impact on your tax return. And that's up to $6,000 in contribution, an additional $1,000 if you're 50 and over. You just want to make sure that you tell the plan provider that it is a 2020 contribution. And then also your HSAs, you can contribute to HSA for yourself or your family. That has been extended to May 17th, and you may be able to deduct that contribution as well. And then for self-employed, the SEP IRA, you have more time. You have until the October 15th deadline to make a contribution to your IRA and make an impact on your taxes. And then in addition, with a SEP IRA, when you're self-employed, you can contribute more than like your traditional IRA. It's 25% of your net income or up to $57,000.
Yeah, so make those contributions. Your retirement will thank you, and you want to get that money in the market and have it invest and work for you. Charitable contributions are always something I think people forget. Aside from always having the documentation, what else should people remember?
Yeah, so for charitable contributions, even if you drove to volunteer, you are able to deduct your mileage, 14 cents per mile. So you want to remember that. I know people contribute year round, so you want to make sure you have those acknowledgments from the charities. And then also just remember that they have to be a 501c3 not-for-profit in order to take the deduction.
Yeah, and last year in particular, like so many people, myself included, right, sat home and watched all these, telethons and things like that where they collected money, and you did it on your phone, and then the next thing you know, maybe you got an email. So you need to go back and find all that stuff. That way you just put it in your tax file, right? Otherwise, there's no real trace to know that I made a contribution to all the actors things that were out this year.
Right, and I know TurboTax, we have TurboTax, it's deductible. It helps you value and track your donations throughout the year, and it helps you accurately value them related to what the IRS uses to value charitable contributions. And then also one thing to note, under the CARES Act, for the 90% of people that now claim the standard deduction, they can now claim up to $300 in charitable contributions, even if they claim the standard deduction.
Yeah, that's huge, because in the past, if you took the standard, you couldn't basically declare your charitable contributions. Now you can take at least this 300, which is great. And you brought up one last great point that people forget all the time, your reinvested dividends. You want to just explain that?
Yeah, so you don't want to forget your reinvested dividends, because that can lower the amount of gain that you're recognizing, and that's taxable. So you want to add your reinvested dividends to the cost of your stock that you've sold, or your transaction, to lower your gain.
Yeah, so hopefully that's on your 1099 from your broker. If not, you might have to do a little bit of math. Lisa, there's so much new for 2020. Where does a taxpayer go for help?
The TurboTax has proactive guidance related to the events that occurred in 2020. But if you have questions, you could connect live via one-way video to a TurboTax Live tax expert. They can either guide you along the way, or new this year, you can fully hand over your taxes to them, all from the comfort of your home.
Lisa, these are great tips. People just need to get organized. Make sure you get all your deductions that you deserve. Lisa Green Lewis, CPA, TurboTax expert. Thank you.
Thank you.